Peace. What's good, guys? How's it going? Hope you guys are doing well. WrestleMania Backlash for May the 8th, 2022 was decent. It was a very decent show. I enjoyed it. It was a really good, fun, chill show. I enjoyed it. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's go ahead and get started with the review. We kicked the show off with Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. This match was great. This rematch was fucking awesome. It was even better than their first encounter. Really good shit here. A bunch of counters. So Rollins kept countering everything Cody had to offer. There were a couple of crossroads spots. Rollins kicked out. There was a couple of pedigree attempts. Rollins was able to get it, the pedigree, hit it, and Rhodes kicked out. A couple of chop spots. Really good shit there. This was a very good match. But in the end, Rollins goes for the roll-up. Then Cody reverses that roll-up into his own roll-up, and he wins. Grabs the tights. So Rhodes has beaten Rollins twice. Now, Hell in a Cell is next month because it was advertised. So we know it's going to be Rollins and Rhodes 3 at Hell in a Cell. And that's a perfect way to end the feud. And I do see Cody, even at Hell in a Cell, going over. And that's something that I would be fine with. Because that would kind of call for it. And we could see a more vindictive, crazy side of Rollins. And before I move on to the next match, let's go ahead and talk about Money in the Bank. Cody was advertised for Money in the Bank. He ran down where it was going to be at, and he mentioned that you can also wait till WrestleMania, so you can be in the WrestleMania main event, which he's correct. But I don't think that Cody wins Money in the Bank. It's too early to see who's going to be put into Money in the Bank. Obviously, Cody and Rollins are going to be probably two of the top contenders to be in the Money in the Bank, but I don't see either of them winning. I guess we could have Rhodes win the Royal Rumble, which is probably the best way to go about things. You could go the Money in the Bank route, but I don't want Cody to hold that briefcase for like at least 8 to 10 months out. So that's kind of long to hold it. So yeah, but there's that. So moving on, Omos versus Bobby Lashley. This was better than their WrestleMania match, but the thing about it is that this match was too long. It was way too long. I didn't like it. That was the only problem. The finish was great. So Lashley attempted to go for a spear. Omos ducks it. He throws him into the ring post. And then MVP whacks Lashley in the back of the head with his cane. Omos does the sky high for the 1, 2, 3. And Omos wins. The right move was done. It was done perfectly. I'm pretty sure you could end their feud down the line, probably on a random episode of Monday Night Raw, which is what they'll probably do anyway. Moving on, Edge versus AJ Styles. This match was awesome. This was better than their first encounter, and I liked it more because they told more story here. So Styles sold his arm a lot throughout the match. He was able to hit a Styles Clash, which was great. Edge still worked Styles' arm. And this was more of a fast-paced match. The WrestleMania match was a lot slower, a lot more methodic. So towards the end of the match, Damian Priest, he runs down. He's at the end of the ramp. Out comes Balor. Those two brawl. Then we see a hooded figure appear. Styles goes on the turnbuckle. He's shoved off, and then Edge is able to lock in the crossface, and he wrenches Styles' neck back. He pulls him back and wrenches his neck, and Styles just passes out. I'm like, damn, that was fucking deadly. But in the end, Edge wins here, and then it is revealed, after the match, it's revealed that Rhea Ripley has joined Judgment Day, and it was fucking awesome. The crowd popped hard. I did too. I was like, damn, this is some really, really good shit. This shit was done to perfection. This was great. I love this. Ripley desperately needed this heel turn. Desperately needed this. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Balor added in later on down the line. I want him to, turn heel, obviously, but wait, let it marinate, let it sit a little bit. But he will turn heel, and then also you can align Ciampa in there as well. So I do think that Ciampa and Balor will be a part of Judgment Day, and that would be fucking badass. Edge, Damian Priest, Balor, Ciampa, and Ripley. That would be fucking awesome. That would be fucking awesome. Give them all the gold. Rhea Ripley with the Raw Women's Championship, Edge with the WWE Championship, whenever Roman drops that. And we'll talk about that towards the end of the review. Give that to Edge, and then have Balor or Priest be U.S. champ. And then you could have Ciampa and Priest Ciampa and Priest be tag champs. That would be fucking awesome. Next, moving on, Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair for the Smackdown Women's Championship in an I Quit match. This match was fucking awesome. These women beat the shit out of each other. There were still chair shots. They fought into the crowd. Ronda locked in several arm bars, kendo stick shots everywhere. Ronda was able to do a trio woe arm bar to Charlotte, which I thought she was going to win right there, but Charlotte was like, nah, not, And then the match ended with Ronda locking in the arm bar via a steel chair, and Charlotte still's not going to quit. And then Ronda says, I figured you would say that, bitch. And then she locks it in even harder, and Flair screams, I quit. And so that was great. It was beautifully done. I love it. I'm glad that Ronda won. This is what needed to happen. We now have a legit badass as champion right now, which is great. It was also confirmed later on in the night that excuse me, that Ronda broke Charlotte's arm. So it was confirmed. And her radius, which is her forearm, is torn. So Flair is going to be out for a minute. I don't see her coming back for a while. I don't know. This is great. And this is what they do. They've always done this. People, take breaks. And when people become stars and main eventers and they've done so much, they've won multiple championships, you kind of have to tone them down by not putting them in the mid-card, but, just letting them relax for a minute, for a few months, and then bring them back. I do suspect Charlotte to come back sometime this year and stick her in a long-term non-title feud for a minute. So I think that's what they'll end up doing with Charlotte. Next, we had Happy Corbin versus Madcap Moss. This match was decent. It was all right. It was a fun little match. In the end, Moss wins via a sunflip roll-up. You guys know I hate roll-ups. That was a 1 out of 5. And the Rousey match, I get that 4 out of 5. Then the main event, Drew McIntyre and RK Bro versus the Bloodline. This was a really good match. The only problem was that it was too long. Entirely too long. You could have done everything within about 15 minutes. There's no need for this show to go off close to 11 o'clock. This show could have easily been a 2 hour and 15 or 2 hour and 30 minute show. There is no need for a close to 3 hour show. It doesn't make any sense. You don't have a full match card laid out. You just didn't need that. But it was some good shit here, you know. The Usos were the Usos. Matt Riddle did his crazy shit. Orton was Orton. And Reigns avoided McIntyre basically most of the match. And then Reigns spears Riddle for the 1, 2, 3. So that was the show, you know. The Bloodline celebrates. Now, speaking of Roman Reigns, so Roman Reigns, I believe it was, I want to say Saturday, yeah, it was Saturday, at a house show in Trenton, New Jersey. He gets on the mic and says that he's going to step away for a minute. You know, he's going to start a new adventure pretty soon. And so people are saying, well, he's going to retire, he's going to go to Hollywood, and those are all valid points and statements, but I think Roman is ready to go into a part-time role, and I think he'll be fine, you know. I don't think that there's something to freak out about. I think that Roman will do well as a part-timer, and he has been anyway. If you've been paying attention to most of the house shows he's been doing 6-man tags a lot. They did that with Cena, and he's just going to become a part-timer, just like Charlotte Flair is. Like, when you've been on top for 7-8 years, they're going to do that to you. It makes the most sense. Roman's not going to go off to Hollywood just yet. He will in due time, but not right now. So people shouldn't freak out. I do think that they have some prospects like Austin Theory and Braun Breaker, obviously, but it's nothing to freak out about. But overall, this pay-per-view, aka Premium Live event, was good. I enjoyed it for the most part. So now, thank you guys for watching. Please hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe for more videos. Catch you guys later. Peace.